Alright, back with another video. Listen, today's going to be a little bit of a different video and a little bit interactive. You know what I mean? I got a little poll out. I want you to vote. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see something, okay? But in this video, we're going to be going over this thing right here, which is a bunch of little facts about player saves. I also have a little update on, what's it called, some stats as well, just literally random stats, but these are new stats, so I thought for all you numbers guys, because I'm a number guy, you know what I mean, I like seeing unique numbers, you know what I mean, it is what it is. Then we also have some reactions from the community about, what's it called, all kinds of ideas, so we're going to be going over that, and yeah, go from there. It's a little bit random. We're not going to be talking about anything specific in this video. Just, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about some numbers, okay? A little, you know what I mean? Something different, okay? Let's get to it. All right, so first of all, if you didn't know, this came out when the game came out, right? So this was the, when the game finally came out, you know what I'm saying? Like, out of early access, right? And this was, like, pretty much... out of all the saves that the players did, this were pretty much like the percentages, and let's go over it, okay? So, most executed clan, the Neretzes. I don't even know exactly where they're located on the map. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't seen these guys in a while. To be honest with you, you know who really needs to get taken out? It might be actually these guys. The guys that run around with like 100 party and they're all cavalry. It might be those guys, to be honest with you. But, who's your most, like, you know, hated clan? Who do you hate the most? I really hate the guys that have all the horses and they're over, like, 100, sometimes they got, like, 130, 120, and they always catch you. They always get you, especially early on. Next, Concord Calradia, which pretty much means you captured all castles and towns. Only 2.7% of saves. Have you actually finished the game? Be honest. Be honest, like... have you actually finished the game? I have finished the game twice now. Like, fully through, Conquered, from start to finish, I've done it twice. And the game's been out for 5 years, you know what I mean? So, have you ever done it? Let me know. Most picked faction. I was surprised by this one. Why? Because I pick Kazay almost all the time. You know what I mean? They're overpowered. But in reality, people pick Britannia 25% of the time, which isn't surprising because Britannia has like the best archer ever. Empire 23%, a whole bunch of traitors, you know what I'm saying? It's what is expected, you know what I mean? I don't think I played as the Empire once. I'll be honest with you. I think like just to test some stuff out, yeah. But like actually sat down and played, not once. I'm not a traitor like that. You know what I mean? It is what it is, dog. Vlandia 19%, Sturgia 13%. I cannot believe that Sturgia and Kazay are tied, brother. That is crazy. The best and the worst tied? Crazy. And then Azurai just getting disrespected. 7%! Y'all hating? That's crazy. 7%! Alright, now in terms of brides and grooms, the most popular bride is Ira, Corinne, Svana, Liana, Ellis. I did, in one of my playthroughs, go with Svana. That is, I remember that name. Groom. Finnegan, Orion, Munisar, Nemos. Bro, who going for Nemos, bro? That's crazy. And Thomond. And, what's it called? Now, in terms of increased any skill to 300, only 9.9%. You got to get the numbers up. We got to get these numbers up, too. 2.7. But again, this was when the game was released. So it was about, like, 2 years ago that has passed now, okay? Most preferred melee combat skill, one-handed, because that's pretty much what you start off with. Almost everybody, plus everybody who starts off with, I'm pretty sure, like, in terms of combat, like, people who start out in the game, you know what I mean? Shield and a one-handed is always, like, the safest route, so this isn't surprising. Main story side selection. 52% went with the Empire? Oh. And then knowing that only 23%... Bro... this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. This is a bigger lesson, actually, if you think about this. 23% were born in the Empire. You know what I'm saying? They picked the Empire. 52% chose to side with the Empire, bro, you're not even part of the, you know what I'm saying? You're not part of that side. How much is that? That's almost 30% extra that didn't stick with their own and went against their own interest. That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Going against their own interest? Yeah. That sounds familiar. All right. Listen, with that being said, I have a poll out. What is your favorite faction in Bannerlord? Okay? Pick it. Let me know what you think. I'm going to be honest with you. I hate to say it. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Results. It looks like they're the best. You know what I'm saying? But go vote down below. It's going to be linked down below. I'll link it in the comment down below as well. Like top comment. So go check it out. I want to see what you guys are messing with. Okay? Now, these are actually updated. So while I was talking to the developers recently, I asked them about this graph that they had, and I asked them if they had any more numbers, because, you know, I'm a numbers guy. I like numbers. I said, just give me some random numbers, you know what I mean? And I got some random numbers for you, okay? So, literally, as random as they get, here they are. Percentage, and this is more recently. This isn't, these ones, I'm pretty sure they were around, what's it called? Around this time, right? Is what they stated to me. Like, a past couple of months is what they're saying. So, percentage of players that achieved max roguery skill, which is level 300, or is it level 275? I don't know if they mean exactly by, like, max skill as in, like, as far as it can go up, or max skill as in, like, the last skill that you can achieve, right? But only 3.5%. You guys aren't sneaky boys like that. Maybe it's going to change after all the stealth stuff comes in, you know what I mean? There's going to be more people that are trying it. Highest player character age with Iron Man and Bannerlord difficulty, low key. This is one of those what is it called? The Guinness Book of World Records. We need one of these, you know what I mean? 78.4 years. So if you don't know what this means, Iron Man is like you can't like save scum. You can't go back in your save. Like you got one save and that's what you go with. Bannerlord difficulty, and I'm pretty sure that means he has like all deaths and stuff on. Means it's the hardest, and whenever, like, you know, with all deaths on, whenever you fall in battle, there's a chance you just straight up die. You know what I mean? So, that's pretty impressive. And they didn't even die to sickness, because you could die to sickness, you could die to, you know what I'm saying, old, like, just being old, you know what I mean? 78.4. That's crazy, bro. I know dudes dropping nowadays in 2025. Ain't even getting past 60. My fault. Oh, no. Highest total crime rating gained. 1,265. That's crazy. First of all, if you don't know what crime rating is, it's like when you do bad stuff. You know what I mean? You do bad stuff for, like, crime leaders. You control alleys. What else? You attack caravans, attack villagers when there's no, like, war going on. Stuff like that. It's going to give you a crime rating. It goes down over time. You can pay a fine whenever you get caught. And the higher it goes up, the more penalties you get. Like, you get penalties with traitors, because obviously if you do stuff like with gang leaders, it kind of like messes with the traitors. So you get trade penalties. Then the town bans you from the town. And eventually you're labeled as an outlaw. And people will treat you as such. And you will be treated as a bandit. All the lords will go after you pretty much. But that's pretty much what crime rating is. This is a very, very high number, because I feel like they start banning you from, what's it called, like towns and stuff, and start chasing you down, like, literally after, like, close to 100. You know what I mean? So once you get to, like, this, I don't think it exponentially goes up. It's not like people just start spawning in. Like, you know when Cyberpunk came out for the first time, and people just started like, the cops would just spawn in, like, around you? It's not like that. But, yeah, it's still pretty crazy. It's going to take a long time to go down. It's pretty much what's going to happen. But he did a metric ton of crime. You know what I mean? Metric tons. Next, highest amount of dinars earned from ransoms. Almost $6 million. 5,887,900. Holy. Brother stopped on the dot as well. Isn't that crazy? Bro said, I'm going to capture everybody and give them back. Bro started on his own business. 6 million back in medieval times. You could probably buy like 3 cartons of eggs with that. My fault. Percentage of female characters, 8.51%. We got to get them numbers up, boy. Listen, I thought there'd be a lot more horny dudes out here playing Bannerlord. I'm just saying. Listen, Bannerlord is in that category of games where you can expect some of this. I'm sorry if this pertains to you. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make it pertain to you. But some sweaty gamers. You know what I mean? And some sweaty gamers, they got tendencies. I'm surprised by this number. I feel like this should be higher. But also, never mind. I'm not going to get into that. You know what I was about to say. All right? The real ones know. All right? But that is some random numbers. Hopefully you like the random numbers, literally. Now, moving on. Let's go over some controversial takes and some memes. You know what I mean? Let's liven it up a little bit. You know? Tailworlds needs to continue focusing on their development plan without regard to the modding community. Woo! Throwing roses on the stage. Woo! Who is this guy? Oh my God! Wow! Holy! Wow! You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's how it should work, you know? But like, there's always the detractors of every single, and at this point it's a meme. I'm sorry, I can't take you guys seriously at this point because I feel like it's so well known now that just get on a live patch and then get your mods on the live patch. You know what I mean? Like that's the easiest way to make sure your mods don't to make sure your mods don't break when a new update comes out. Just make sure you're on the live patch because the live patch will not update. You know what I mean? Just the beta patch will. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if I need to say anything else. I don't even know what bro's saying here. I didn't even read this. I just read this, and I was like, I gotta include this. You know what I mean? This right here. Yeah. We all know what you're saying, brother. I agree 100% with you. I feel like I don't know why he included this picture, but this picture right here, it hits a little different. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, modders have to work around the game. You know what I mean? The game shouldn't. I'm not saying the game shouldn't work around modders, and they're trying to work with modders is what I'm seeing. Every single update I'm seeing a little, modder section, stuff's going on. I don't know exact details. I know back in the day there was like some petitions about I read the open petition. It was a long petition too about like a lot of stuff in modding. For example, a lot of stuff in modding like being very, very hard to access, or like there was some stuff that was like solidified when it didn't have to be solidified, which made it hard to change. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not a modding guy. I'm going off straight memories, straight back dome memories. You know what I mean? But hopefully he's gotten better. Let me know if you're like a mod or something. Let me know if it's gotten better because I've seen a lot better mods since that time. So I'm pretty sure there's still roadblocks. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's not all fixed. You know what I mean? But I'm optimistic that it got better. Let me know. But I agree with this. I think that and it's better. I think for the modding community also. If Terrorworld's like, just pushes through and just, really just drops that meat on the table. You know what I mean? Just really hits him with you know what I mean? Just hit him with, just comes in, unzips the pants and just goes, you know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? All right, moving on. Please add the Greeks now. Y'all fucking with the Greeks? You know what I mean? You guys ever seen like that Instagram format where they're like, are we fucking with this? It was like I forgot what it was. It was something so stupid. Oh my God, because it was like oh, I can't remember. It was like something that just didn't not make sense at all. It was like a political thing that they said, and it was like someone messed up politically. It was like a long time ago. That's how the meme started. I forgot how the meme started completely, but like, and they were like, "Are y'all fucking with this?" Oh wait, no, it was like child labor laws or something like that, and they. Oh man, it's bringing me back. And the meme was like, "Hey, y'all fucking with child labor?" It was the craziest way to say it. It was the craziest way to ask that question. You know what I mean? It was like, it was like, oh, child labor laws, you know what I'm saying, getting eroded, you know what I mean, children going back to work, really bad for this. And the guy's caption, y'all fucking with child labor. Listen, I'm not fucking with child labor. I'm not laughing because of the child labor. I'm laughing because of the... Okay, moving on. Starting out in Bannerlord, first 3 hours, after 10 hours. Listen, someone said in my comments something about executions and how we should make it like less what's the word for it? Like less penalties for executions. I disagree 100%. You know what I mean? From a cynical point of view. A cynical point of view. Listen, man, you're executing people. What do you expect? You know what I mean? If they've surrendered, if you've captured them, and you execute them after that, brother, if I'm your allies, if I'm around, you know what I'm saying? If I'm close to you, yeah, I'm losing a little bit of respect. I'm getting a little bit farther away from you. Because if I get on your bad side, I see what you're going to do to me. But at the same time, I kind of agree. Maybe there should be like a setting that makes it like, you know, one of those settings before you start the game. You know, they could add so much to those settings because it's a sandbox. I feel like we should have like a lot more settings in the beginning. We already do. Don't get it twisted. It's not like we don't have a lot of settings in the beginning, but a lot more cooler settings. Like, for example, there should be a setting like executions only affect, you know, like minor effect for the for executions instead of like, you know, the major effect. That should also be like a slider or something like that. Maybe not a slider, maybe like a light version and the regular version. You know what I mean? But I think, even historically speaking, right? Because we love that word. We love that word. Historically speaking. You know what I mean? I love my games historic. You know what I mean? Listen. You know, even nowadays, when wars happen, who be dying? You know what I'm saying? The soldiers, the poor. You know what I mean? And like the lords, they got like that. Like I'm saying the lords. Let's say the presidents nowadays, right? Or the leaders of all the countries. They don't really be aiming at each other. They just be aiming. You know what I mean? They just be letting everybody else go around them, and you know they send people to war and they fight the war. You don't see the world leaders out there on the front lines. You know what I mean? So like I feel like even back in the day in medieval times there was like this little you know, obviously people broke it, but I feel like there was this unwritten rule like, hey man, even if we get captured, you gotta let us go. We'll make a little, you know what I mean? You know, we're not gonna execute each other is what I'm trying to say. There was like this hidden, like, you know, we'll go to war, we'll say we hate each other, but at the same time, we're not going to aim at each other, though. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Every historian will deny it, but this is the real map of Europe in 1084. I believe it. Sturgia out here owning, like, way too much property out here. They must not know that they're getting kicked out of this upper land in like 3 months. You know what I mean? You got 3 months to vacate. Why does everybody get a cool name like a confederation, commonwealth, principality, republic, dominion, imperium? Realm is kind of a horde. Come on, man. Put some respect on their name too, man. You never seen Marco Polo on Netflix? Go check it out. It's pretty cool. I'm just saying, man. All right. What else? The Nords go here, presumably. Yes. It's a quick question. Quick answer. Yes, this is where they're going to go, and there's going to be some islands right here as well. There was questions about these islands as well. I still have not gotten any confirmation by the developers. They said they'll get back to me on that one, but I would not think so currently. I think we're probably going to have this and these right over here. But since we could go in rivers, we shall see. But these used to be empty. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. And we shall see. Okay? I'll let you know if anything changes, though, in the answers. Okay? And lastly, waiting for the next playthrough now that the update is announced. It be like that sometimes, bro. it be like that sometimes. Listen, this is me waiting to because I've been waiting so long to make like updated Bannerlord guides. Like I have so many guys that are so old at this point. They're like 4 years old, and people always say in the comments, they're like, "Bro, it doesn't work anymore." I'm like, "Bro, this was uploaded in 2020, brother. I'm sorry. Things change, my brother." You know what I'm saying? But once, probably once like literally the DLC comes out and the compatibility patch comes out with it, not patch 1.3, I'm gonna either redo it then, or if patch 1.3 is coming sooner than later, I might have to wait till then. But that's what I've literally been waiting on, because I don't want to make a whole set of new just guides, and then all of a sudden they're like, bada boom, bada bing, we changed so much, and I'm gonna be like, I'm devastated. You know what I mean? I'm devastated. But yeah, this is me. This is you can put it on the shirt right here. My new guides. You know what I'm saying? And then like above, you can put like Stan right here. You know what I mean? That's it right there. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's gonna do it. Again, vote for the damn poll. I'm trying to see something. All right. And now, like always, getting a little bit more serious now. All right. It's the end of the video. I'm gonna give you a little quote. You take what you want with the quote. Okay. It is what it is. All right. Here's the quote. This is from Simon Wiesenthal. I don't want to get it wrong. Wiesenthal, I think is how it's pronounced. He is a Holocaust survivor, an Austrian Holocaust survivor. And also a writer, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, a writer. All right. Here is the quote. For your benefit, learn from our tragedy. It is not written law that the next. Oh my goodness, how did I met? My fault. Let me calm down. For your benefit, learn from our tragedy. It is not a written law that the next victims must be Jews. It can also be other people. We saw it begin in Germany with Jews, but people from more than 20 other nations were also murdered. When I started this work, I said to myself, I will look for the murderers of all the victims, not only the Jewish victims. I will fight for justice.